What's going on, guys? The Film Fan Reviews. My name is Stephen Barton II, and I am an aspiring filmmaker slash film reviewer critic. And today, we're going to talk about the new 2019 live-action version of Aladdin. Now, Aladdin stars, I'm probably going to butcher these names because they are Middle Eastern, Indian, something like that. Mina Moussaoud, Naomi Scott, and Will Smith. Now, going into this movie, I had my trepidation like most people probably do. I grew up with the original cartoon when I was a kid and watched it all the time and absolutely loved it. And honestly, that's where my love for Robin Williams grew, and he became one of my favorite actors and comedians of all time. So seeing the casting of Will Smith in that role, yeah, I was a bit worried about it, but I don't think he really did all that bad. I mean, it was definitely a different take on the genie. It didn't feel like he was trying to be Robin Williams, but still familiarity with the character, but it's still just really fun time. Will Smith played the role quite well. Again, it felt like a new, fresh take on the character, and I honestly respected the hell out of it, and he kind of stole the show for me, in my opinion. Something I did not expect to say. Now, I also didn't expect this to be as musical as it is, but that is not a negative for me because the music was solid. The songs kind of caught you out of nowhere a few times, but in the best way possible. I love a good musical. It has to be good though, or else I'll probably hate it. And this one was definitely one for the books. It had the familiar songs in there. I'm not sure if there were new songs in there. I think there were, but I also haven't seen the original movie in probably 10 plus years, but I thought it was pretty solid. Now, one thing I forgot going into this movie, that it was directed by Guy Ritchie, and you definitely see some of his style in the movie, but it's not something that is so overdone that it'll take you out. He does his special little slow-mo things that he likes to do with the cinematography, and you can tell there are some favorite shots of his that he does throw in there, but other than that, it feels like Disney let him play, but he still kept in touch with the actual source material and old animated cartoon itself. Now, I will say the people that were playing Aladdin and Jasmine, both those actors were both fantastic. The supporting cast was good too, but the chemistry between those two was pretty outstanding. All of the VFX works and editing are both outstanding. Some of the editing was a little bit choppy here and there, but nothing that wasn't too obvious for someone that's just watching it for fun. But the VFX were pretty awesome, especially on, I can't remember the tiger's name, but the tiger and Abu the monkey and everything like that. It all looked pretty cool, fairly realistic, and Will Smith as Genie when he was in his Genie form. Although it did look kind of goofy in the trailers when it first started dropping, I think it looked pretty good in the movie. I did see this movie in IMAX 3D, and the 3D was pretty good too. I don't know if it was necessarily needed, but it was a fun little touch for me. Now, one thing I will say about the acting though at times, I don't know if it was the acting or just the set pieces and everything. I mean, the set looked phenomenal, but it felt kind of like a stage play at times, which isn't necessarily a negative, but I don't know why I had that thought in my head when I was in the movies, but I did, so I decided just to say it here, and I'm going to watch it a second time eventually just to see if that still holds up on future viewings, but yeah. And one negative as well is the second act kind of felt like it drug a little bit. I thought the movie felt longer than it was, even though I can't really pick out too many things that I would pull out of it if I were editing or even just directing it, but it just felt like it drug just a little bit, but once it got into the third act and everything was going on, I was hooked right back in and ready to go. But overall, yeah, the cinematography was awesome. I can't really pick out any bad things about it. Rating on my 5-star rating, I'm going back and forth, but it's like a 3.75, but I think I might push it up to a 4 because there were just a few things I didn't like about it, but overall I had a great time watching it. It's a high recommendation, especially to take the kids to, or if you just want to see the story of Aladdin take place again. I feel like they did a solid job. Don't worry about Will Smith as Genie. I give it the stamp of approval for me, so take that as you may, but I thought it was pretty cool. And yeah, that's it for this one. thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, share the video, please, please, please. Visit the blog, filmfanreviews.blogspot.com. It's probably like right here. And yeah, I'm having a great time doing these reviews. Hopefully I'll get more viewers soon, but you know, it's whatever. I'm just doing this practice editing and talking in front of the camera and all that jazz, so yeah. I'm having fun doing this, and I hope y'all are enjoying watching it. Yeah, this is my notepad. But yeah, thanks for watching.